All right. We are back
Yes.
with Mag 7 stock trading. How are we, Tony?
He's having a stroke.
Maybe.
I am
Maybe,
well.
I
I am
guess.
well. How's everybody doing out there? For the few
How's
viewers that are watching
everybody?
us during the lunch hour.
Adam Jamalu. Hi, traders. I don't know if I'm saying it right. I'm butchering it up. Let's do it. Do you trade stocks? Adam? Algo Prime Plus is back, of course.
Hello, hello.
He's my buddy from Montreal. I just learned that.
Here we go.
What's your weather in Boston today? Is it cold?
Dude, it's freezing. It's like
Yeah.
1 degree Fahrenheit.
Yeah, he said Montreal's like negative. Well, it's Celsius, but he's like negative 13 or 14 or something.
Yeah.
Cold.
So, I mean,
Yeah.
+1 Fahrenheit is like -15 Celsius, -17, something like that. So,
Damn, dude, it's gonna be
it's cold.
tomorrow here. Like 80
83?
today. Yeah, it's 81 today. It's gonna be 83 tomorrow here.
Are you kidding me?
No, seriously.
Oh my god! How do you get into the holiday spirit?
We're having a little heat. We're having a little heat wave, but I mean,
I would
normally
say
we'd
so.
be in the 70s, but it's a little hot, a little warm.
Is this the fire season?
Yeah, no.
Or was that like the
October
end of
kinda
August?
was.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, usually September, October with the winds, Santa Ana winds pick up. But you know what? We have fire season all the time. I mean, the massive Palisade fire and stuff was in January.
Oh yeah.
Early January, right? Like crazy.
Yep. How does that area?
It doesn't matter anymore. It's so dry, and when winds go, it just, it is. There's all these guys that start fires, is what it is.
Oh sure. The homeless.
These idiot people, homeless people. But there's guys that, like, when the winds pick up 70, 80 miles an hour, they go and they set freaking fires with like flares and stuff. They go out to the brush and the hills, and they're sick. They're like pyromaniacs. They're crazy.
Yeah.
And they get caught. They sometimes go to prison. But and then what happens is the electric companies, like Southern California Edison or whatever, they're like, oh, we had down power line in the wind. No, it wasn't a goddamn down power line. Why did they do that? I don't understand it. I think they use it as an excuse to jack everyone's rates up. Oh, we have to redo the infrastructure and redo all the new towers and all.
Yeah.
But no, man. I mean, most of these fires are honestly started by, well, some is accidental. Like some is like machinery.
Oh,
like some guys out there, like with a lawnmower, and the blade hits a rock, and there's a spark, and the thing just goes, or something. Like there's stuff like that. There is some stuff like that.
Yeah. Yep. No, I hear it. I mean, accidents happen all the freaking time, but
yeah. Yep.
Who would have thought?
Anyway, Scalp King's here. Everyone, look, the guys are finding us. This is great. Guys, sorry to have you bounce around. We're hoping that maybe we get to the point where we just stay on one stream. This.
Yeah, all up official.
Yep. But right now, I know we're a little kind of jumping around a little bit. All right. So let's get into this, Tony. Let's see what's crack-a-lacking on some of these stocks, man.
For sure.
Nothing's really, I mean, some are up, some are down. Kind of a mixed bag.
Yep. I know. I think they all in all are kind of as expected, again, barring headlines that move them individually. But, everybody's kind of waiting, as we know, waiting for the Fed tomorrow, right? And these stocks are no different than what the futures market is doing. So
exactly.
And again, guys, for those of you that don't know, this is the Mag 7 Madness segment. So we're not going to be looking at the futures contracts, at least for the next 45 minutes. But then we're going to, kind of get back into the future stuff. But we're here to basically talk about the Magnificent Seven, right? The seven biggest mega cap stocks in the U.S. that account for, some would say, 40% of the S&P 500. So whatever the S&P does on the day, you can expect these things to be doing the same. So this is what we're working with here. And I mean, why don't we jump on in, right?
Jump on in. Apple, I mean, we talked about it yesterday. It's kind of been pulling off of its all-time highs, but it's not bad. Again, it's still holding this area. We're still in this consolidation. Looking a little better on the day. I mean, we're just slightly in the green, right? But we closed, yesterday we were when we were on the air, it was kind of at the lows of the session, and we weren't sure if we were going to drop below like 275, but we we stayed above that 276 the entire session, ended up kind of ripping back up into value area high, kind of closed around, where did we close? Like almost $278 a share yesterday. And then today we gap up a little, just a hair, but we gap up at the open and we trade all the way through yesterday's range into last Friday, right? So we kind of came up as high as, where did we go? $280, a little over that, only to kind of fall back down. It's not really trading like the ES, but the ES and the NASDAQ are different today. The ES has had a topping and rolling over. The NASDAQ seems to be just kind of trending upward on a nice, even kind of pattern. So I look at this as maybe just more of a trading in range. We came back down. We've been kind of consolidating around point of control of yesterday and high value area. High value area. And we're just kind of trading currently above session VWAP and we're holding. So it looks good because we're right here, kind of at where the value area high was. And we're also in the Friday's area right here. So if we can stay above this area, like 278 or so, maybe we get up to 280 and we settle in. It'd be good to see. I mean, I wouldn't jump. I mean, it's hard to say. I wouldn't really do anything today. I'd wait for tomorrow, maybe the whole day. Let's see how the whole press conference shakes out and everything else that happens, because it's going to really move. And then maybe kind of look at these guys to put on something potentially on Thursday. But I mean, if you need to get into something here, maybe we retest the high of the day. We've kind of looks like we're kind of doing that. We came down, we didn't fall all the way down to below yesterday's point of control, really. So it's pretty good. We've been talking about Apple, how nice and robust they are. Exactly. They're just nice and steady. They don't do the erratic, crazy stuff. So it's not surprising that we're kind of here trading in yesterday's range, trading kind of hopefully getting out of it, maybe getting into Friday to the upside. So that looks good. I don't think there's anything really newsworthy that I see. I mean, it's just kind of flat. It's up, it's up 0.15%. It's just like, it's just kind of flat.
No, I know. And like we said, like as expected, kind of going into what we're going into tomorrow. But I mean, it's still, just the growth story and the product story about AI and all the 2 billion Apple products that there are out there in existence. So,
we talked so much about it yesterday. We went through so much of the stuff yesterday on the news that it's kind of like just a repeat. And if you guys need, if you're trading something like these or you're in it and you want a little further breakdown, just let us know. Shoot us in the chat. We're going to probably run through some of these pretty quickly and get into some other stuff, because it's a little boring today and there's not much going on. So
see if we can't talk about some other names here.
Yeah, I'd like to maybe look at some other stuff like Palantir, some other things that are AMD, some other stuff that are high tech that could get bounced around, whipsawed tomorrow. Yep,
for sure, absolutely.
Amazon again. Amazon's been kicking ass. What can I say? It's been great. Coach Tony loves it so much he bought the whole company.
Yep, absolutely. All that payout money.
Remember those commercials? I love it so much I bought the company.
Yeah.
Hair Club for Men or whatever. I love it. I bought the company. But what's interesting with Amazon, I mean, we're basically trading, we're up 0.6%. So we're good. We're in the green because we closed at the low of yesterday, but we fell down. Unlike Apple, where we kind of gapped up and we explored the upside. Here, what do? We opened up and we kind of explored the downside, but only very quickly fell back up into the range. And we're certainly off of VWAP. And this is a great sign, bouncing off of VWAP right here. Session VWAP at 1 p.m. Eastern, right on the nose. And and we're kind of up at session high. So that's a good sign. Maybe we continue to go higher on the day. Amazon looks good. I mean, it is what it is. We're not going to get some crazy range here. They're all just kind of cautiously waiting for Jerome, I feel. And
Yeah.
but point of control is way up here. It's interesting.
Yeah.
All that
Yeah.
volume. So we'll see what happens here. See if we can keep above point of control. Let's see what else.
It looks like I see this headline: Amazon's capital spending on AI is expected to jump to $375 billion in 2025 in 1 year.
2025 or
375 billion.
2026?
It says in
25?
2025. Yeah, up from 332 billion in 2024. Okay, so it's a lagging number.
Yeah.
So they are spending more on
Okay.
AI and driving nearly a 40% of fixed investment growth into AI spend. Wow. Okay. Interesting. I mean, Amazon's one of those companies, kind of like Apple, right? Is that they don't get into a business unless they're going to do the crap out of it and do it well.
Yeah.
So, again, with Amazon AWS, or even with like the Apple intelligence type stuff, kind of going back to Apple, is that they're not really going to say too much. They're going to keep spending, right? But they're not going to say too much until they really have a product that's right and ready for the market and ready to just dominate the market. And that's where, these growth names become even growthier names, if that's a word. But, that's when they really start to rip. And those are the days where it's like, yeah, Amazon, mega cap company, it's up 8%, 10%.
Yeah. And you're like, wow, where did this come from?
And you're like, yeah, I missed that.
Built up.
So I mean, it's just one of those things. You don't want to miss a train. But it looks like earlier this morning, a little spike to the downside. I think a lot of these names were kind of just trying to figure out whether or not we were going down or up on the day. And same thing with the NQ.
Well, the ES had, I was going to say the ES, and it was a little bit of a quick little sell off, and then it went up. So maybe it was just reacting to some of that.
Yep.
Or these guys were moving the ES down too, right? Or the S&P. Just kind of follow suit. Google. Now look at Google, man. Google is up 1.35%. It's not the biggest gainer on the day so far, but it's good.
Mm-hmm.
And what does it do? It continues to hold this freaking gap, man.
I know.
Unbelievable.
It's over. It's not going back down to that level.
Unbelievable. Isn't that crazy?
It is.
So it won't get down. It got yesterday. The low was like 311 and like 25 cents or something. Mm-hmm. And then today we opened up in range of yesterday, opened up kind of where we closed, and we just kind of took off. We didn't trade below. We didn't go outside of yesterday's range.
Yep.
We're still in entirely within yesterday's range. We're just nice, slowly melting up, way above VWAP, way above point of control here. I mean, I don't know.
No, I mean, it's one of those. I mean, just looking at yesterday, I see the little D for dividend on the chart. So ex-dividend day on yesterday, you can always expect the stock to trade down a little bit. As those things begin to get paid out and people do whatever they want with it. So yeah, I mean, still obviously phenomenal company, in my personal opinion. But again, I mean, they just keep on having wins, like the Gemini cloud for the government, U.S. Department of War, Department of some other department was like, yeah, we're going to use it. But of course, once you get in the door with the government, right, it kind of unlocks other entities within the government to start using your product. So, if they're going to Google Cloud with the U.S. government, that's a huge win. I know that, that U.S. government, at least in the Department of Defense, Department of War, whatever you want to call it, it's like 3 million personnel. So that's a huge win.
I know.
And again, they are literally the first company to have a platform that will integrate AI for the government. So we'll see kind of how that unfolds. Good for the government. Hopefully it's good for the taxpayer, but of course it's ultimately good for Google. So in terms of, the chart and the trading, we have not given it back. The market's down. Actually, the market hasn't been down too bad in the last week, but this one continues to kind of just stay up, and for good reason, So they really are
good
the
reason
when it comes to AI.
We haven't pulled back since late November. We've
Yep.
just been just in that channel right there. You can almost flip that purple box over if you wanted to make that gap into a consolidation area. But it's just holding tight. We're trading right up in the middle. You look at this pink line here on my chart. That's kind of like a composite point of control, if you will, for all of those. Today, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 sessions going back 2 weeks, right?
Yep.
And we're trading just above that. So obviously it's happy. It doesn't mind being here. If you think a point of control is like, the most volume traded at a particular price, well, they're trading here, keep coming back to this area. So right around $317 a share. And we're, again, not far off the highs. And do we keep melting up? We'll see what happens tomorrow. I don't know if we keep going higher today. Maybe we do a little bit, but I wouldn't really expect. I don't know. I shouldn't say I wouldn't. Maybe it gets up to 320.
Sure.
And stays there. Depends on kind of what the indices do, I think, also.
Yeah, sure.
All right. Moving on, Meta. So Meta was doing so well until today, Tony. Now it's starting to fill that gap. A little bit. Not bad. Not badly.
Yeah.
But it gapped down. So yesterday was a little. It wasn't terrible what it was doing. It didn't have much range. It was very tightly consolidated. It traded kind of at the low. Where did it trade? Closed at kind of like, oh boy, good number, 666. 666.83, number of the beast. All right, so it closed there, gapped down at the opened at 663. So it opened like $2.50 down, continued to sell down, and we're just kind of trading around the bottom, kind of like a mirror image of what it looked like yesterday, what it did, except we're just kind of below this. And we just kind of broke it back into the gap. So we're trying to maybe fill the gap, which went from last Wednesday into Thursday. This was on the news that Meta was cutting the whole. They were what were they cutting? Like $30 billion out of there. They were just basically throwing in the towel.
30%. 30% reduction in
30%, not 30 billion on the AI, basically on the
metaverse.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. So, and I talked about it. I'm like, well, it was good news. It jumped up. We were both talking about this that day, and we had the gap, and we held it yesterday. So I'm thinking, ooh, maybe we continue to go, but maybe we do fill this gap. So now we can kind of close this gap a little. I'll do a little artwork here. Nothing really crazy, but I just want to bring this back so tomorrow I can see where we go if we go back down. So yeah, we're closing this gap a little bit. Not terrible, but yeah. So that's fine. It's all healthy, rotational stuff, right? And I still think we're out of I think the worst is over. We've rounded the bottom. We're kind of getting up there. 681. Maybe we'll see it tomorrow. Maybe not. And start to get into the other gap from the earnings way back on October 29th.
Yeah.
With all,
it is really.
But look at this.
In Meta.
If you look at this like daily chart, right? Look at how it looks. It's just crazy.
Yeah.
Just this big.
I know it is like very, very gappy. Like it's actually hard to even see like where you're even trading to.
Pull that over, dude. Look at what we're underneath, right? So you see this? Yeah. Like if I just drag, the gap over for today, kind of thing.
Yeah.
It looks menacing. Like, oh, we'll never get to that, but because that's Jesus, man. That's over $70 right there.
Yeah. So we're filling it in, right?
Well, no, we're not yet. We're coming down the other one.
Oh, I mean,
I'm talking about the one. I'm talking about the other one.
No, not the one to the upside. Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe we're filling in this one. That's fine.
No, I mean, it's weird. Like, if you try to read the gaps, it's just like, okay, maybe we go to 649 for sure.
Right.
Kind of back down, maybe 643 area, but again, like medium term, I mean, like in the next week and a half, 2 weeks, like maybe we see something like
Yeah.
that. But that puts us into, the end of December, and who really knows what the hell's going to happen. But who really knows?
Right.
I mean, all of this stuff, all of this analysis, if you can call it that, is kind of just like could totally change tomorrow. It's just one of those things that if the market
And I'm looking
decides to
at it.
totally rip,
I'm looking at it from an intraday perspective, which a lot of these people, most of these stocks are more position hold, they're more portfolio
yep,
owned.
sure.
They're not typically day traded, and because of that, like I'm looking at volume profile. Most people don't really look at that. They're looking at more fundamentals, more news driven, more, emotion and psychology of where to get in, where to get out. So then it's just more of along for the ride. I'm looking at it, breaking it down from a different perspective, I guess, if that's helpful. But that's how I trade. So if I was to trade these intraday, I'd be doing the same thing I do with futures. So that's why we've kind of adopted this. If you become a good trader or successful or decent enough trader doing something, you don't change it up. You keep trading the same way,
Mhm.
no matter what the asset class is or anything, right? It's just, unless you don't have volume available, like Forex would be tough for you and I to trade because I like volume. I need volume. You may be able to handle it
Well,
with
I mean, I do
with
want
your
to see
levels.
volume. I do want to see volume every
I
once
know
in a
you
while.
do.
Yeah,
I know.
yeah.
I know.
Yeah, I mean, but it's a pretty interesting stock here. I'm not seeing anything else on really the
Nah.
headline front.
Yeah.
Again, there's no headlines out there.
There's
Honestly.
nothing, dude. There's nothing anywhere today. It's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it's almost like it's a holiday. It feels like it's like it's
Yeah,
a
yeah. It's a
right,
late
like
afternoon,
we
day
got a
before. Like, yeah.
crazy. Yeah, no, but this is
And
like
it's the
really
last one. I mean, and this is the other thing. As we
last
start to
one. It's
approach
December, the
the end of the
holidays,
year,
Christmas, everything.
yeah.
Yeah, all
Like
of it. All of it.
next week is really like literally the last trading week.
It is the last
because
trading
then
week, and
like
then
a week
everyone's
after
gone.
that, you're into the 20s in terms of day, and then
Yeah, everyone's taking everything off.
oh yeah, and volume's gonna dry up. It's just like don't even
Mm.
bother. So yeah, I mean, hey, we're coming down to it, the end
Yep.
of it all. So we'll see.
You look at Microsoft. You look at Microsoft. It looks like yesterday. It looks like one continuation. Like if I didn't separate this, it would just be like just one big continuation of yesterday. That's where we are. So obviously, I mean, we're pretty flat. We're pretty even. We're down 0.09% currently, but we're fine. We're just flat on the day.
Sure.
Not bad, not good. Just
Mhm.
continuing yesterday's deal. Maybe we're not getting any closer to $500 a share. Again, Microsoft is kind of the weak link here, but maybe we're rounding a bit. Maybe we're going to get up there. Maybe we get up to this area that I have in purple way back in that I set early last month. Yeah. Because we broke structure, we came down, we kind of rounded like we did with Meta, and then we fell again. So I don't know if we're going to get up there. I'd be shocked if we get up there before the end of the month, but I shouldn't say that. Crazier things have happened. You never want to say anything. I mean, it's like, dude.
Yeah. No, I know.
This thing could like rip faces, and we could have all-time highs going into Christmas Eve or something. Like, who the hell knows?
I hear you. I know. It is one of those things that it's just like the market is going to do whatever it wants to do, and these names are going to move based on however they want. So it's just like we can't really do anything to definitely don't fight the trend, but where is the trend trying to go? I would say it's trying to go up. Again, there are
trying to go up, but yeah,
there are
maybe
problems, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, and the oversold word comes up a bunch now. End of the year, profit taking, all this is all kind of wrapped up into one. Especially when you have a great year like this. It's not like we had a bad year and then all of a sudden we had like a big third or fourth quarter. We've been having just a crazy year all through. Summer, we keep talking about summer. Summer was a unique summer. Normally we have a quiet, low volume, markets kind of after May, they kind of get a little soft, right? They pick up in September again. Hell no, summer was like the strongest quarter I think we had this year. It was just insane.
Yep.
July, August was insane. all-time highs over and over again. So yeah, I mean, who knows? But you're right. It's going to do what it's going to do.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I hear you. It's one of those things that, I mean, this thing has been headline driven. I mean, it literally seems that it's the only thing that really drives this stock. So, again, until more headlines kind of come out and we start to get some more clarity on their sales, and we'll go into the earnings cycle again in like a month and a half, 2 months, whatever it might be. And, we'll kind of just see where things lie there.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, man.
NVIDIA is interesting. So NVIDIA had this big spike yesterday.
Yep.
Around 1 p.m. Eastern, because Trump was talking about how they were going to let those H200s or H2000 chips be sold into China.
Mm-hmm.
So they had a big bounce up, but of course it fell back. It was short-lived, came back down and kind of traded, in range right in the middle on the day. So, I mean, I don't know what that means, but then now we're doing the same thing today. We're just freaking continuing the move. So straight through. So it didn't get as big of a bounce. Now, what was interesting, the overnight yesterday, the Asian market got a bounce from it. They were excited about it. Maybe it was part of just the Hang Seng exchange or something, right? Like just opening up pretty bullish, right, kind of thing. I didn't see it too much in Tokyo or Australia, but it did. I was working on some other stuff at my desk, and I just had the market open. I was watching it. So sometimes I'll just watch, and I saw that reaction. I'm like, oh God, I think it is the freaking NVIDIA thing rolling. But but the stock itself, it didn't keep. Why would it turn over? What? Like, it's just really crazy up here. It got almost to 190 yesterday, and that was it. So, and maybe because it wasn't like a full-throated endorsement, it wasn't.
Yeah.
Well, here's what he also said. He said the other chip, was it like the Blackwell chips or what?
Blackwell
another
chips.
One.
Yeah.
That was off the table, and I guess that's the big, that's like the crazy awesome one. So it was more like, we'll sell you our almost best one, but we're not going to give you guys the best because we don't want you hacking into our shit every freaking day. We just want you hacking into us like every week.
Yeah.
Like,
I know. Come on. Give me a chance.
I mean, exactly.
No, I think it's kind of like paired with, they get the approval to export and go into China. But then
they're going to pay a 25% tariff on it.
Yeah, 25. Yeah, right. 25% kickback. Come on, that's what I call it.
Was it a kickback? Well, yeah.
Well, to the U.S. government, whatever.
Yeah, I know.
So tariff it. But then, I mean, the biggest thing is that there are again tariffs on those products when they enter into China. Why? Because China wants reliance on Chinese companies and their chips and investment on those and they own those companies.
They're partners with all those.
Yeah. So again, like those companies are also saying like, dude, well, it's getting like super expensive for me to like try to do this, and it's like, what do I take? Domestic product, or do I try to import from the United States? So
DeepSeek all the way.
Yeah. DeepSeek. I mean, the free version of DeepSeek is a lot better than the paid version of ChatGPT. I hate ChatGPT, guys.
Chat sucks.
I did it. I did it for a while. I mean, probably like 9 months, and there were just things I would just go to DeepSeek, and I'm like, why am I even paying for this? So like, I did it for 9 months. 2 of those months I wasn't even using it, and I just finally canceled. I was like, screw this.
I don't use it anymore. The Google Gemini is really good. Gemini is good.